Hey YouTube, it's the Tempest. It's throwback time, which means that I'm going to be bringing out an older deck that's about to get a whole bunch of good support. So I played this deck. It was the first deck I ever built, and the first deck I ever ran competitively. It's Lohengrin Beat, Royal Paladin deck. Basically, it hits for big numbers early and mid game really easily, and it doesn't counterblast that much unless you really need to. So you can even Mega Blast if you have to. It's not amazing. The Barkle ban really screwed it up because the Galahad Ride Chain couldn't really take over its position. But now that we've got Sanctuary Guard Dragon coming out in November, I'm going to remake the deck. So I'm going to give you a deck profile of what I have right now, and then when the Mega Trial deck comes around, I will give you an update for it. So the starter is Drangle because they're playing Galahad. Galahad is actually not a bad ride chain for this deck because you get the soul you need really easily for like a not Agravain, sorry, I just did a Agravain deck profile. For Lohengrin's Mega Blast, and also if you hit the ride chain, certain units you control can gain 3k power for whenever cards put into your soul. So hitting the grade 3 off the ride chain when you have those cards in play is really good because it gives them 6k power. For triggers, we're playing 8 crit, 4 Margle draw, because she lets you, you can put it into your soul to give it a unit 3k. The draw power isn't really even necessary, it's just the fact that she can go in your soul and give a unit 3k. That's pretty good. And then 4 heals are obvious. Alright, so grade 1s, you've got your 4 of the grade 1, oops, you weren't supposed to see that, grade 1 Galahad, yeah, just for the ride chain really. And then next are the grade 1s are the 4 key cards in your deck, 4 Young Pegasus Knight. Now it used to be, when you played this deck, that you would run like a whole bunch of random shit, but all that really mattered was the Barkle ride, so you played 4 of this guy and made sure you had one early so you could get let's see, Barkle puts himself and 2 other cards in Soul Spear Call, Blaster Blade. So that's basically, I think it's ends up being a 12k boost. It's at least a 9k boost to every Pegasus Knight, if not a 12k boost. So you use that, and then you hit for big numbers mid game with that, and then late game you ride Lohengrin. Lohengrin still charges once every turn, making your Pegasus Knights 9k boosters. So really good. The problem is that he is a human race, so you can't Superior Call him with a Kane or anything really. But with the support that's coming out in the Mega Trial deck, there's a lot of support that lets you Superior Call grade 1 units from your deck. So with that kind of stuff, you can actually really make use of the Young Pegasus Knight. You can literally pull out like 2 or 3 of them a game and make really big plays with it. So yeah, I'll get into that in a bit. One Borgle. He's a solid 9k attacker or booster. If you have 6 or more cards in your soul, he's also a high beast. So if you have 6 cards in your soul, you can just use like an Akane to get him out. He's not as good as Young Pegasus Knight because Pegasus Knight gains 3k every time a card is put into soul. So yeah, and by so yeah, Borgle's kind of better, but not really. It has its what am I thinking of? It has its uses, I guess. 2 Pongal. I'm taking 1 Soul Saver in here because there's really no other way to end the game with this deck. So I'm playing 2 Pongal for the Soul Saver place. And then of course the 4 perfect cards, because every deck needs those. Grade 2s. You got your 4 of the Galahad Ride Chain. 4 Great Sage. He also gains 3k whenever a card's put into your soul. Believe it or not, he's the only card I think in the game that does that. Like Dark Regulars have Doreen Thruster, which is the same as Young Pegasus Knight. They have Amons, which like the same as Borgle or whatever. They don't actually have a card like Baron though, which is really weird. But yeah, Baron's really good. A Baron boosted by Pegasus Knight, if you soul charge 1, will be a 20k column, which is really good for hitting rear guards and for also hitting those really puny 10k vanguards if your opponent is still playing them. And then 2 Akane. Lets you search your Pongal, which is a solid 7k booster, or it lets you search your Borgle, which is going to be usually a solid 9k booster in this deck. She's really weak, but you know, she still has her uses in here, so I'm still playing her. And then finally we have the grade 3s. we're playing 3 Galahad. He's not your main Vanguard, but you still want to get that soul charge off the ride chain if you can. So it's not incredibly necessary, but the 11k base is nice and still very consistent. Now, when the Mega Trial deck comes out, I'm planning on pulling him out for Sanctuary Guard Dragon. I'm planning on pulling out the whole ride chain because it's the ride chain's not really necessary when Sanctuary Dragon comes out. Sanctuary Guard Dragon's ability is when you ride him, you can discard a Royal Paladin and Superior Call Grade 1 Royal Paladin from deck, which is amazing. But what's better is his Limit Break. He's 11k base, and then his Limit Break is when he attacks, he gains 3k power for every Royal Paladin rearguard you have. So even if you want to ride Lohengrin to give your Pegasus Knights and Barons like really strong, power or whatever, Sanctuary Guard Dragon is actually a good finisher for the deck. It's also 11k base, so you can either use it early on to fill up your field and then push with Lohengrin, or you can ride him late game and give him like 9k attacking power with your grade ones. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, and so the main Vanguard of the deck for Lohengrin, you play him because he's a 12k attacker and he gives all your Pegasus Knights and Barons nice little 3k boost whenever he soul charges. Yeah, so you play 4 of him because you want to have him in your soul. Well, you don't want to have him in your soul. You want to have him as your main Vanguard at all times. You can afford to ride Galahad early because he'll give you the 2 soul charges you want. And he's also really nice defensively. But if for some reason you don't have him, because he's after that 1 turn of soul charging 2, Lohengrin becomes basically better because Galahad lets you pay 2 to give him 3k and a critical, which is fine if you have 6 or more cards in your soul. Which normally happens pretty easily with that deck, but still, this guy is just so much better for your field consistency wise. And the last card I'm playing is 1 Soul Saver Dragon. Just like I said before, I'm playing 1 just attack, because really this deck has no way to finish the game right now. Yeah, so that's about it. Thank you for watching. I will post an update when I get the Mega Trial decks. It won't be for a couple months because it's gonna be late November, I think. But yeah, so if you liked the video, please like it, the thumbs up or whatever. If you have any questions or suggestions, be sure to comment below. And if you like what you saw and you want to see more, please be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.